which is make things a little bit better for the circle of people around them. And we will not do that by being a cog in a system. We will do it by finding an interesting way to solve a problem that other people thought couldn't be solved.
That is the solution that I feel like I keep coming back to. Do you think that that's is the solution just doing what you can do to feel better, to do things to better your own life and then better the people around you? And does that ripple effect actually work? Because I say it all the time and I feel like I've seen it, and that's how I was taught. I was taught that you focus on yourself, your family at home, and then you move outward. And sometimes, like, the furthest ring that you get to is just your neighborhood, and that's still okay. That's still incredible work because you're still putting it out. How can we believe that everything that we do, that the work that we do, when we put intention into it and we feel pride for it and we do things with love, how do we know for sure that it works?
Okay, so 3 principles. First one is start where you are, because where else could you start? And the second one is start now, because when else should you start? And the third one is it'll never be enough. And there is no guarantee. So when in doubt, look at rules 1 and 2. Right? Because the thing is that what we can do is think bigger. Not so we have a place to hide, but so that we don't stop. That the leverage that used to be available to someone in their 20s or 30s was tiny, because you weren't going to get written up in a business magazine. There were only 3 of them. And you weren't going to get on TV because there were only 4 channels. And. But we gave everyone this microphone. We gave everyone this camera. We didn't do it so that you would post cat videos, right? We did it because we believe that if good people help a circle around them see something they hadn't seen before, connect in a way they didn't connect, it will weave a fabric of possibility. And we've been hijacked by media entities and algorithms that want us to divide, that want us to not trust each other, that want us to ignore science. But the only way to push back is in the small, and repeat and grow it. And each of us can do that, not by complaining about the system, but by building a better system.
So finally, when building a better system from home, from virtually, in sometimes completely alone, what should we keep in mind, or are there tools that you believe wholeheartedly in that will help us make it easier on ourselves during a time like this?
So 3 words that I could share. Am I running out of time? Should I talk faster, or are we good?
I'm good on my end. I know
I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay. Saobana is a Zulu term that means I see you. And it doesn't mean like I see you or all these hearts that are going by. Thank you for all those hearts. It means I see your dreams and your fears and your hopes and your wishes. And I see your parents and your grandparents and your great-grandparents before that. And that's what everybody wants, is to be seen. Number 2 is enrollment. You can't do this work with someone who doesn't want it done. You have to find the people who raise their hand and say, yeah, I'll follow. And the third one, which surprises people, is tension. That if you want to shoot a rubber band across the room, first you have to pull it backwards. It stretches. It feels like it needs to be released. And that is unavoidable. That if you're going to do work that's important with people who want you to do it, you first have to create tension. That moment of, oh, and then we get to the other side. And we're afraid of that tension because we catastrophize it. And if you're doing it for a small enough group, if you realize that mistakes are fixable, if you embrace the fact that writer's block is a myth, that these are all skills, then you can develop a practice. And the practice always starts small. But over time, because we have these tools, the practice can get bigger and we can do something about injustice.
I was just hearing you speak on writer's block not being real, and I literally gaped. I was like in the middle of eating banana bread and I heard you say that, and I looked around to see if you were like shaming me somewhere. I was like, wait, Wait, what do you mean by this? That's why I was laughing extra hard at your block. But your point about writer's block not being real and us just being basically insecure about putting out bad writing is just an expose all on its own. So I appreciate that reminder because I think it's a reminder that can apply to not only writing, but any practice. Just like when you're starting to feel insecure about that, knowing that you just have to keep doing it. And we hear that all the time, but we don't hear it in that context, that like this doesn't exist. Literally the insecurity about potentially that isn't good. I also want to shout out my mom because my mom's we've been working with homelessness for about 12 years now, or maybe more. And my mom's foundation is called I See You, in response to a couple that she asked, because we always try to ask people what they need. And they said, we just need to be seen. And so we always keep that intention. And I try to keep that intention with the stories and the work that I do and that I tell, because I think that at the end of the day, like that's the thing that gives me peace, is that I want to be seen just as much as you want to be seen. And when we do that work with that intention, it's almost it's impossible not to be proud of it, because you know that you are connecting and you're touching someone. So to wrap, I guess I would love to ask you what's something that you are doing or that you have done recently that you're really proud of, and tell me about the experience of Seth Godin feeling pride about his work.
Oh, I'm not doing nearly enough. I have made so many errors of omission, so many things I could have done, should have done, would have done if I had been more careful and more aware that there's someone I can help. And I have a lot of leverage and privilege, and I'm aware of it every day. Sometimes I write something that stands the test of time. Sometimes I see somebody who needs to be seen, but I'm not even close to being proud of where I am. I really need to figure out how to dig many layers deeper into helping people get to where they need to go, because we only get this one shot at it. And in many ways, this moment, this technological, cultural moment, is filled with opportunity and magic. And in other ways, we're wasting it. And I'm just recommitting myself to doing something that matters.
I want to challenge though, because I feel so proud. I feel so proud of the work that you do, that you know that millions and millions of people are inspired by what you do. And so to hear you say that, it's kind of like, okay, well, how are we supposed to feel proud of our work if you're doing everything and you're impacting? Because at the end of the day, like, you're not even going to know the impact that you've had on people. Like, you literally said probably a total of 5 words to me one time that I repeated to myself multiple times a day, every single day, that impacted everything that I was doing, that made it easier for me to be doing this. And that's just like from a sentence and passing by. So I think that you have a lot to be proud of. And I really would love to hear you talk more about being proud of yourself.
Well, you're very kind. In my case, it's not fuel. And this is my work. And if I run out of fuel, I can't do the work. Mm-hmm. And so I've never set out to say, I'm proud of this. I've set out to say, did I bring something to the table that was worth the effort? And so it means the world to me that I said something to you that you're proud that I said. So thank you for that. But we each need to seek our own fuel, because the amount of leverage we have is incalculable. But if we get stuck because we're afraid, then we've wasted it.
You're right. I mean, is thank you suffice? I don't know. Do I say thank you right now?
No, you don't say thank you. What you do is you live your life, because that is the best gratitude I could ever hope for.
No.
So I will say thank you for having me. I got a dash.
Thank you.
But thanks for doing this on the regular.
I'm going to go eat a chocolate bar in your honor.
Yay.
Bye, Seth.
See you. Bye-bye.